Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans, for the fans. I am your host, Conrad Cushman, and we are here to bring you a review of WWE Money in the Bank 2019. This show came live from Hartford, Connecticut in the XL Center. I am joined by many people, and the first words in this chat are, fuck WWE. Oh man, craziness. Shout out to my man Steve, aka Esteban, in the group. What's going on, Steve? We got Jesus De Leon, my man King's in here. I see Austin Stroop. I see a lot of different people in here right now. We gotta talk about this show, folks. Now, before we do that, do me a favor, guys. If you are in here watching, make sure you leave a like on the video. Helps more people see the video, helps the channel get more recognition, and we have been moving up slowly but surely. We've been getting more subscribers. I greatly appreciate it. B Gunner, what's going on, my friend? Connor, what's happening? You're gonna have to listen to this review because it's kind of a mixed bag. PR Nightmare's in here now. We've got lots of people in here. But like I was saying, guys, leave a like on the video. Put comments down below if you're watching the video afterwards. That helps out too, and I will interact with you as well. And live chat, you know what to do. Keep it live for me, man. I love to hear your opinions. Let's get into this, guys. So first and foremost, rest in peace to Ashley Massaro. I have not mentioned it on any of my shows yet because I had some wrestlers on there and I didn't want to bring up a depressing topic while doing an interview or anything else. Check out my interview with MLW referee Doug Markham on Brainbuster Radio. Shout out to everybody from Brainbuster Radio. I appreciate the hell out of that entire group. Had some good vibes today with everybody, like we do every day, though. Yeah, so craziness, guys. Let's get into this kickoff show first, shall we? We had the kickoff match, and it was Erick, Rowan, and Daniel Bryan, the Smackdown Live Tag Team Champions, taking on the Usos. The Usos, to me, are like the MVPs of kickoff matches. These dudes have always delivered when they're on the kickoff matches, and they've always done their thing. Austin Stroop, what's going on, brother? Steve, what's happening, bro? What is going on, guys? Good to see you guys all in here talking, chatting. Have some fun, man. So, the Usos, to me, are like the MVPs of this entire, like, kickoff show. They've been put on kickoff show, and they've always delivered. Tonight, did they deliver? I thought they delivered an alright match. The main thing I got out of this was an average match. I give it a rating of a C, maybe a C+. All of the ratings will be down in the description as well, along with links. And it was an okay match. The Usos end up picking up the victory over the SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions. Okay. I mean, I guess the Usos have been a tag team longer. Cool. But where is this all leading to? They're on different brands. Or is this wild card BS going to carry over even more? Whatever, man. Decent. And at this point, now, this was towards where there was like 20 to 10 minutes left before the show actually kicked off. And I said, where the hell's the Cruiserweight title match that they promised us? I was pissed at this point. Going through. Man, people are upset in this chat. Yes. What do you think DB's role will be now? I think Daniel Bryan is going to fit into this mid-card slot until they could figure out where he's going to fit in going forward. Daniel Bryan's fine in the tag division with Rowan for a little bit. And I think eventually you could push him back into the main event scene. You know, guys are going to have to come out and then go back into the main event scenes. Oh, I'll turn it up for you. How's that? Better, Rob? Says that the volume's pretty high. If you guys can't hear, let me know. I'm sorry, Conrad. I'm so pissed. I got to go do something before I blow a fuse. All right, Austin. DP, what's going on, man? What's going on? So, at this point, like I was saying, guys, during the kickoff show, I'm pissed there's no Cruiserweight match. The main card starts. Let's get into this women's Money in the Bank match that's up next. Whew, this was a doozy. We had Ember Moon, Carmella, Bayley, Mandy Rose, Naomi, Natalya, Nikki Cross, and Dana Brooke in here. I'm not going to lie, while watching this, I thought many of the women were going to kill themselves. Like, there were just some bad spots, and things look like it could have gotten, like, out of hand easily in this match. Carmella. There's a spot in this match where Carmella's going to, like, pick up a ladder, and Mandy Rose kicks her in her knee. And I don't know what happened, but if you watch it, and hopefully they don't edit this out on the network eventually. So Carmella is, like, backing up, and Mandy Rose is trying to put a move on her, and she's like, get her away from me. And it sounded like she was mad, like a botch had occurred or something, and they were going nuts. Like, she was like, get her away from me. It sounded like little kids arguing about, like, birthday parties in elementary school. Like, get her away. No, this isn't happening. And nuts, dude. So she gets pissed off and ends up going to the back. Doctors and medical staff come out to check on Carmella. She's out of the match. Hey, what's going on? Original Biggie. See you in the chat, brother. Yes, Natalya is the ring general, though, taking that... Oh, yes, we're going to talk about that. Brandon McKee, what is going on, brother? And we're going to talk about that, too, Brandon. Good to see you in here, brother. So, afterwards, the next spot I want to talk about was Ember Moon and the Eclipse off the ladder, like Steve was bringing up in the chat here. Ember Moon happened to go on a big ladder on the outside. So, they're on the outside. Ember Moon climbs up this ladder, and Natalya takes this disgusting eclipse off of it, and I mean disgusting in a good way. Looked really good. Ember Moon put her ass on the line, literally, and she ends up hitting that eclipse. Nuts. The place goes crazy for that. That was awesome. Ember Moon deserves so much better than what she's been getting. Uh-oh, Jamar is not happy. What's going on, Jamar? If you guys are liking the channel, make sure you subscribe, leave a like on the video. I see some new faces in here. And make sure you guys are talking here, because I'll read your comments throughout, too. Missed the entire show besides the end there. Oh, yeah. Keep the same energy, guys. We're going to get into that. Trust me. So, afterwards in the match, Carmella ends up coming back out and returns. Her knee is wrapped up. She's got to do the whole hop up. And they end up teasing. She gets knocked off eventually. And they tease that Sonya Deville comes out, knocks her off. Mandy Rose gets picked up by Sonya, and they're climbing up the ladder. And it looks like Sonya Deville is really about to help Mandy Rose win the Money in the Bank briefcase. Until when she goes up to the top to go for the reach, who's there but Bayley is on the other side of the ladder looking at her, and she just goes, nope. Knocks both of them off, and the crowd begins to pop. And Bayley is your Miss Money in the Bank. She ends up getting the win. Overall, I thought it was a really decent match for how they played out for what they wanted. I gave it a grade of a B for that one. There were some spots where it was a little wonky and things shouldn't have happened. Dana Brooke took some crazy things in there too when she was hanging from the top of the briefcase. That was really cool. But Bayley gets the win. She is Miss Money in the Bank. We go to a backstage segment after this. Sami Zayn and Triple H are talking. Triple H bans Braun Strowman. Yada, yada, yada. U.S. title match. We got to talk about this. Samoa Joe in this match ends up getting his nose broken when Rey Mysterio executes a senton. And I think that happens so often just due to the fact that... Oh, you know what, King? We're going to talk about that first before we get into this Rey Mysterio Samoa Joe. Hold on to this, guys. Bayley winning Money in the Bank is WWE telling Sasha, F you, we don't need you. I think it's a double way of playing it, King. I was going to save it and bring it up for later, but let's talk about it now real quick. I think the way that they played this off was to have Sasha Banks be put in a position of good and bad. What do I mean by that? So, on one hand, WWE can say, look at what we were doing. We had these plans for you and you left. On the other hand, it's kind of like, we don't need you. Look at this. So, WWE can always come out the good guy on this end, playing it with both hands. I agree with that. And we'll get into that a little bit more for, I think you guys know when, if you watch the show. So, Samoa Joe gets his nose broken. Rey Mysterio hits a senton. Joe's nose is bleeding. His eyes look puffy immediately after. Rey Mysterio ends up hitting a Hurricanrana on him. It doesn't land perfectly, and he ends up getting off and penning Samoa Joe. And I think this was done on purpose. Samoa Joe's entire shoulder was off the mat when Rey Mysterio penned him. Complete bullshit. If this happened, that referee should be fired because it looked awful, horrible. So after the match, there's a beatdown on Rey Mysterio, and then here comes Dominic. Dominic runs out, and he's like, oh no, not my poppy. no, no. And I thought we were going to get my moment. Chat, you know what I'm talking about. Hashtag choke out Dom. It has to happen. They teased me. I was this close. Shout out to my man Angel, who I was watching the pay-per-view with. He heard me. I'm like, yes, my moment's finally about to happen. It's about to happen. And they teased me, but it wasn't there yet. Rey Mysterio eats a bunch of Uranagis. Joe still went crazy. The broken nose did not affect him at all. And it was during this part where I noticed the puffiness under his eyes. I'm like, yeah, his nose is definitely broken. Dude, awesome, awesome. And I still think we're going to get that moment. This feud doesn't look like it's over between Samoa Joe and Rey Mysterio. And if his nose is broken, I think Joe could wear a mask and still work out the matches. Excellent work, though, between these guys. Shout out to Samoa Joe and Rey Mysterio. This match is a dud, though. It happened so fast. Like, this match was 3 minutes long, it felt like to me. Really quick, to the point. And it was what it was. Let's get into this. I don't know if this happened at this point. Oh, no, this was after this match. First, we had a steel cage match. Shane McMahon versus The Miz. This match felt slow and plotty. It got really bad in here. Oh, wait, let me get back into here. So we had PR Nightmare says, thought Sonya was going to betray Mandy. Steve said, I thought she was going to hit a mean-ass Samoan drop. King, Bayley winning Money in the Bank. We went through that. Gives her a title shot. They don't need her. Come back as a great heel. Not fine. Not Poppy. Choke out Dom. Not Dom's Poppy. The second slam from Joe, though. Yeah, that was you broke my effing nose type of slam. Samoa Joe's roster run has had some ups and downs. I agree, DP. I think Samoa Joe should be in a better position than he is, though, but the injuries have cost him his spots. Connor's going to bed. You have a good night and sleep that anger away, like you said. Is WWE gonna have a ref lockout? We need to find new refs. Kind of sad about. Oh yeah, we're about to talk about that. Kevin Carroll, what's going on, brother? Kevin, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't, my brother. That's one of my fellow Brainbuster Radio. Catch Kevin on Wrestling Reverb on Fridays on Brainbuster Radio. Really good guy. Absolutely love his blogs as well. Follow him on Twitter at Kevin C. Carroll, I believe it is. Yes, sir. So, as we look at this, guys, Shane and Miz, they were in a tough spot, that kind of blasé, you don't know how to feel spot. This match just didn't feel good. There was a chair involved at one point. Miz got to get all his revenge on Shane, striking his back. They had some great spots. They even did a skull crushing finale on a chair. He put his foot on the ropes in the cage. Should it have been a rope break? I don't know. They did some real weird stuff in here that was kind of dumb. And he went for a move off the top rope. Shane McMahon ends up getting thrown off the top. There's a crazy spot where Shane... So this is reminiscence of St. Valentine's Day Massacre with Austin and Vince. If you guys remember the spot where Vince is hanging over the cage and Austin slamming his head back and forth, and they never did anything about it. Well, this time, Shane's in the same position with Miz, but this time, Miz pulled Shane all the way over, and it looked like he took like a back body drop off the cage. Horrible spot. Shout out to Shane McMahon for taking that. He went for a coast-to-coast, got locked in a figure four. There were some good spots in this, but it was just in a bad spot. You were kind of just like, all right, let's get it on with the matches here and move on to the next match. Miz is an amazing heel. Yeah, I wish he was. Yes, it's... Oh, I'm sorry. It was Kevin C. Wrestling. Sorry, good sir. My apologies. But make sure you guys check him out. WWE's in trouble May 25th. Yes, sir. We're going to talk about that at the end, too, King. So... he does that back body drop out. They tease another spot. So eventually Shane is trying to get out. He's trying to use his quickness. He's trying to get out of the cage. Shane is hanging over again, and Miz grabs him, and he's trying to suplex him back into the ring. Crazy, right? So as they're teasing it, Shane is trying to get out, and as Shane is getting out, they do the classic Miz grabs him, and you're like, oh, Miz is about to pull him back in. He grabbed the bottom of his shirt. So when he did, Shane put his arms through, kind of like if you were chasing your little brother around the house and he was trying to get away from you. He puts his arms through and his shirt falls off of him. Perfect ending for Shane McMahon to win. It looks like a complete fluke. I loved it. I thought that was a very wise ending. I thought that was different and cool. They end up getting the win. Grade C+ for this match. Now, we find out some interesting things here, guys. So, tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw, Mick Foley is going to introduce a new title. And I want to speculate on that real quick. I could believe it's going to be the Hardcore Championship. But at this point, does WWE need more championships? I don't think so. Like, what the hell, dude? How many more titles do you need? But a Hardcore title will give the lower card guys something to do. And if you make it defended 24/7, you could have chaos throughout your show at any given point in time. You just have to figure out how to do it. No, they don't, Kevin says. Original Biggie says, oh, hell no. Yes, this is the return of Jon Moxley. Oh, I don't think they're doing that in WWE. Hardcore title in the PG era. Stop, King. More titles. Yeah, I hear you, Sports Talk. DP says there's already 9 titles as it is now. I missed the Hardcore title too. I don't know. They just don't have the right balance right now. WWE's got some things they need to figure out, and we'll get into that later. So, after I complain about the Hardcore match, I do have to eat some crow. Or, I'm sorry, Hardcore. Brain somewhere else. It looks like we were going to get the Cruiserweight match. But before we do, where's Sami Zayn? He complained about Braun Strowman earlier in the night to Triple H. Sami Zayn, we find backstage, hung upside down like Batman got him in Batman Arkham Knight. He's hung upside down by his feet like this. And he looks like a freaking bat. And they're like, oh, he can't be in the match tonight. So we find out Sami Zayn's out of the match. What are we going to do? We go to the Cruiserweight match. Tony Nese versus Daivari. Not a bad match, but not a good match either. Not invested enough in 205 Live hurt this match. I really was hoping they could do something better for it. It is what it is. He ends up hitting the knee to the head. I forgot what they call it. The Nese to the head. And it's over. 1, 2, 3. Tony Nese retains. They got to give him a better move than that. I don't know. It's weird to just see him hit a running knee in the corner. Not impactful enough to me. I would prefer he wins with the 450 or something else. But grade of a C to me. Let's see here. Steve says Cruiserweight title will get phased out because of the new title, I think. Like I said on Twitter, they can't even manage the titles they have now. I've been saying that for a good time. RTV Kings, what's going on, brother? If you enjoy the content, subscribe to the channel, please, good sir. Make sure you're talking with these guys in here, and I'll read your comments. And leave a like on the video. It helps the channel out. DP says more titles means more irrelevancy towards other championships. Concur, my friend. King says Mandy Rose versus Carmella in a Braun panties match. Chill. KC Classic in the house. What's up, brother? Good to see you in here. All right, let's get back into this. So Triple H ends up booting Braun out of the arena. He can't have all that mess going on. We don't know if Batman got him, Braun got him, but Braun's getting blamed for it. He gets the boot. So what happens to the ladder match, the men's ladder match? We were all wondering the same thing. Don't know. Connor says 205 Live feels like a dying brand to me. Connor, you are correct on that, but they're not doing anything to help that. Why not make that first hour of Raw 205 Live instead? Man, we need a good old-fashioned Buried Alive match. Not if that means Taker or Kane's coming back, Steve. I don't want to see that. All right, so we get into the Becky Lynch part of the show here. So we have the Raw Women's title matchup. Becky Lynch versus, all credit to original Biggie for this, the Harlots. Lacey Evans. Lacey Evans comes out there doing her usual thing. Dude, I'm not going to lie. Lacey Evans is not impressing me in the ring, man. It's just not there. It's just kind of... She's not good, dude. Period. Like, I don't know. Not feeling it. Not feeling it. The match is kind of sloppy. Doesn't feel good. Becky Lynch wins with the disarmor. Grade for that match is a C-. I'm sorry, and the Tony Nese one was a C if I didn't mention it, and C+ for the steel cage. C- for this. This was almost a D+. Like, it was getting to that point if they kept it going. Some of it just looked disgusting and nasty. I was not feeling it. Connor says, if a new hardcore title is not announced tomorrow, I won't be happy. I mean, it could be the European. We don't know what they're doing with it. Maybe it's a tag team cruiserweight belt. I don't know what we're going to see. Equal less for women's rights. Stop it, Biggie. Don't like Lacey or Evans, that's supposed to be. Agreed, not a fan of the match. RTV King says, I thought the finish for the women's title was clever for the whole segment. I think you're referring to the next part of it. Ever since that horrible top rope move to Natalya, I've disliked her. I can see that. This match sucks and Lacey Evans is trash. Okay. So, C-. Becky. So Becky's still the Raw champ. At this point, Charlotte Flair comes out and Charlotte says, you might as well turn back around and get in the ring because you're fighting me next. And Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch are going at it. Better match, better chemistry, not long enough, and I think people were still tired of seeing this, so it wasn't going to get the proper amount of time needed for your enjoyment of this match. So I thought they did a pretty good job with this. Lacey Evans ends up interfering in the match because she's pissed that she got her ass whooped by Becky Lynch. She ends up coming out with the women's right, knocking Becky Lynch down while she was out. A big boot is eventually taken to Becky Lynch. 1, 2, 3, 9-time women's champ Charlotte. I hate this. You guys know. I gave it a grade of a C. It wasn't that long either. It just kind of felt there like they were just trying to move on with this and let's get a belt back on Charlotte. Afterwards, Charlotte and Lacey Evans begin to jump Becky Lynch and the fans begin to chant Bayley, Bayley. Well, Bayley's smart because she waited until there was some fighting back a little bit and she let them rough each other up. Then Bayley comes out. Bayley ends up looking like she may cash in on Becky, people have started to think. After she comes out and helps them, she gives a belly to Bayley to Lacey Evans because she sucks. And she ends up giving a belly to belly to Charlotte as well, I believe. Charlotte ends up getting thrown into the post. Bayley looks at her briefcase that is sitting there. They do the perfect camera shot. She grabs it. She says, I'm cashing in. Charlotte hasn't moved. She ends up going to the top rope, delivering the elbow drop on Charlotte. 1, 2, 3. Bayley has cashed in her Money in the Bank, and Bayley is now the SmackDown Live Women's Champ. This all felt like a big ploy, though, to have Charlotte become a 10-time Women's Champ. I can't lie, man. It's kind of got me fearful of the whole thing. All the blondes lost tonight. Let's see. What about the botched 3 count, though? Bro, that stuff was terrible. Like I said, sir, the Harlot should have spent more time in NXT. I agree. Another BS ending. Heck, there were a lot of those. Yeah, there were a lot of botches tonight, like on the pinfalls. Like, if you guys go back and watch, you'll see it. Eric Brendan's in here chanting EPW, EPW. I appreciate that. Hug life, love that. DP says Bayley is the first women's Grand Slam champion. DP, my man, good fact right there. Make sure you guys show DP some love in the chat for that. Good mind right there, DP. Eric says all I can say is the referees fully sucked. I can't to Bayley snap and turn. Oh, he wants Bayley to turn. So that's done. Bayley's the women's champ. She celebrates. This match gets a dud rating for me because it was one move. But the night is not over. We go backstage. Roman Reigns is getting ready to come out. And then slowly behind him, you see Elias creeping up with this weird robe on and his guitar. And he nails Roman Reigns with his guitar, takes him out. This leads to a segment. Elias comes out with an electric guitar. And he starts singing to the crowd in Hartford. Easily, the only thing you could make a joke about on the Hartford people is, dude, you don't have the Hartford Whalers anymore. He does that. He gets some good heat for it. Elias goes back up the ramp, and here comes Roman Reigns. As soon as he reaches the top, Roman Reigns Superman punches the shit out of him. Gets him back in the ring. The match begins. Spear, 1, 2, 3. I'm cool with it because that match didn't need to be that long. Dud rating once again, but on one side, I'm happy that they weren't wasting time because that is horrible to waste people's time, and we all know that this felt like a SmackDown or Raw match. Cool with it. Let's get into this. Universal title match. The match that I know you guys all want to talk about. This could be something huge here. Seth Rollins versus AJ Styles. Now, I thought this was a match maybe we would get at SummerSlam. I'm going to SummerSlam. It's going to be awesome. I've never been to a SummerSlam before. So I thought that this would be the kind of match that gets saved. The match up here. I'm trying to get my hand back in. There it is. Right there. I thought that this would be a match saved for that, but it wasn't. Vince had to pull out all the guns because of some new company that's going to be started next Saturday, kind of. And he had to pull out all the guns. So I'm not mad at this. We were all expecting an awesome match, and I think that's what we got here. Dude, let me first talk about one spot. So they were just good back and forth wrestling. You guys know these guys from Ring of Honor. They've traveled the world in different places, and they're both awesome wrestlers. Dude, Seth Rollins went for a curb stomp and got launched up into the air and then caught into a Styles Clash. Bro, when I say I thought that match was over, I thought it was over, dude. Tim Noel, what is going on, my good friend Yoel Weiss? I'm sorry if I said that wrong. Thank you guys for joining in here. Guys, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, talk in the chat, man. We're on the Universal title match right now as we're going through in order of what happened on the show. This match was awesome, though. I'd love to hear what everybody thought of it. Definitely AJ Rollins was fun, says RTV Kings. Tim Noel says cage match was good. Shane sold. I like the ending to the cage match, Tim. We talked about that previously in here. Eric Brennan's talking about AEW and Sasha. King, Brock. We'll get into that. Thomas Polster says Foley might bring back the Saskatchewan Hardcore International title. Look at the letters of it. Terrible. I wouldn't mind seeing the Hardcore title, though. Connor is in here talking as well. Jesus De Leon. We will get into that, Jesus. We will. Yes. That curb stomp, though, bro. Curb stomp RKO was the best, though. I don't know, bro. This might be my favorite now. AJ was the man for catching him out of the curb stomp into the Styles Clash. 1, 2. That was a great tease, and Rollins kicked out at the last second, even though I felt it was a 3 count as well. This match was great. So, afterwards, we get Seth Rollins hitting I guess it's the Revolution knee again, according to Corey Graves, the Kingslayer, the V-Trigger, whatever you want to call it, boys. So, after that, we end up seeing a freaking curb stomp happen to AJ Styles. He finally caught him with it. 1, 2, 3. Excellent match. I highly recommend anybody who sees this. This is the match you want to see. This is match of the night, in my opinion. Seth Rollins, AJ Styles, they did their damn thing out there. I give it an A-. It was really good. Like, this is right now up in my top 10 match of the years. Like, if I had to pick 10 matches, this is going to be in there. Really good stuff so far from it. And I like that there was a definitive winner. And then after the match, respect was shown. AJ shook Rollins' hands. And I think this story is going to continue. And I hope it continues into the SummerSlam. I'm hoping. Because I want to see that match live myself. That's just me being selfish. And I agree, Tim. It should be the hardcore title. All right. Let's see here. Mick Foley is revealing the Sweet Saudi Championship. Oh, guys, don't forget to check out Blood Money in the Bank when they have that on the network in June. We had Kofi Kingston get interviewed backstage as he was preparing for his WWE title match. Nothing much was said except for Xavier Woods was going to stay in the back. Lucha House Party comes out to get destroyed by Lars Sullivan. And I want to quote my man James Farley in the Everything Pro Wrestling group. James Farley brought up the fact that I don't think it's a good idea to have Lars Sullivan come out there and destroy luchadors after he was just called racist. And I was like, that's a good point as a business point of view. Also, at the same standpoint, Lars Sullivan got cut open really bad on Kalisto's ring gear in this. He was bleeding from his head, but they're trying to put Lars Sullivan over huge. And I think we're still going to see the continued push of Lars Sullivan for right now. Yowie Wowie Championship. You guys are killing me in the chat. What's going on, Jamar? Good to have you guys in here. Like I said, if you like this stuff, man, subscribe. Your name will pop up on here too. And people can check you guys out. The European title is returning, I bet. Maybe, but they have the UK Championship, Jesus. You wouldn't really need that stuff. The Divas title. Oh, God, no, King. No. Not again. Not the Barbie belt. So, after that, we get to the WWE Championship match. Kofi Kingston versus Kevin Owens. Really good. This match was good. A notch below the other one. I thought Kofi and Kevin Owens did a great job, though. This was like a sleeper match. Like, you shouldn't have slept on this if you did, because these two are really good. Kofi Kingston and Kevin Owens are guys who should have been main players for quite some time. But in this match, I noticed something, particularly about pettiness with WWE, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, but I want to be the first one to say this. Did you guys notice that Ember Moon did a code breaker? Later on in the night, Ricochet did a code breaker. Charlotte and Kevin Owens did Boston Crabs. Now, I'm not going to say whose moves those are. Reminds me of someone from another company who broke down some walls when he was in WWE before. But, come on now. I don't know. I just felt like there was some pettiness in there. Kevin Owens scared me when he had the pop-up powerbomb on Kofi Kingston. Hits it for a near fall. That had me like dying for a second. The stunner, and then Kofi gets to the rope. Throwing Kofi's shoes off, that's when I was like, oh, you don't throw a man's shoes off him, especially Jordan's. It was time to go. And afterwards, Kofi Kingston hits a perfect Trouble in Paradise on Kevin Owens right on the button with no shoes on. And 1, 2, 3, Kofi Kingston retains his WWE Championship. Good move by WWE. I like Kofi as the champion. Let's run with him at least till SummerSlam, I feel. Kofi Kingston's the man. Absolutely love that guy. If I didn't say Rollins and AJ, I gave it an A-. Maybe I'm being harsh. I feel like I could have went A on it, and I feel like the same thing with this one. B+ to an A- in that area. Really good stuff here, though, for Owens and Kingston. And let's get into... let me show these comments here. Bring back the Kiss My Ass title. I don't remember that belt, Jesus. Lionheart Tom says, all right. Let's see here. Money in the Bank. So we get to the main event. The men's Money in the Bank match. Sami Zayn, Braun Strowman are out. So we don't have an 8th person. So we have Drew McIntyre, Baron Corbin, Ali, Ricochet, Finn Balor, Andrade, and Randy Orton all in this match. Can I just say, Finn Balor got jacked up. You know what I really wanted to say? He got jacked up in this match, dude. I have never seen someone take that much punishment in my life on his back. He was jacked up. So how did this all start with Finn? They had a spot in the match where ladder set up in the middle. Another ladder is wedged in between like this if you're looking from the side view. Andrade's up at the top of the ladder. Finn's right here. They do the flip over powerbomb. Andrade lands on the ladder. Finn Balor went flying, like his back hit, and he flew up, popped up, and the ladder fell, and he fell right back on top of it. We all thought that he got jacked. I thought he was done, bro. Just, crazy, man. So he ends up eating like a body slam on the ladder, a suplex on the ladder. He took almost every big spot in this match. Finn Balor is a beast, and he deserves to be Intercontinental Champion for that stuff, man. Really good, really good. So eventually everybody in this match is going crazy. At one point, Baron Corbin was hitting choke slams on people, tossing people to the floor, doing everything he could. Ricochet really didn't get too many big spots in here. Ricochet ended up eating, getting tossed over the ladder by Baron Corbin. He went through the ladder on the outside. Finn was done. He took some big spots in here as well. Ali did a Spanish fly on Andrade. Andrade looked like a star in this. So Orton was hitting RKOs. Orton started off the match slamming people on the announcer's table over and over again with the back body drops. Holy stuff, man. Hey, Ryan Wilkinson, what is going on, my man? Good to have you in here. Thank you so much for joining us. He says Finn and Ricochet took mad bumps. I agree, Ryan. It was, dude, crazy. Crazy amount of bumps. Tim, no, WWE should hire me to orchestrate the matches. You'd probably be a good choice, Tim, because some of these matches were, what are you doing tonight? Balor's the MVP of the match. I agree, DP. I like Corbin's chokeslam. Corbin's not bad to me. I don't hate him fully like a lot of other people do. Corbin's got potential. I just think his character and ring gear and stuff don't match who he is right now. So what happened in this match? Eventually, at one point, everybody is down, and Mustafa Ali is the only one up. And you're like, dude, is Mustafa Ali about to win this? And as soon as he reaches towards the top, Brock Lesnar's music hits. I don't know, man. I don't know about this. There's some mixed feelings. I saw some people like it most of the people seem like they hated it. And we could talk about it. Brock comes out. First off, when he came out, he pushed a ladder on top of the cameraman. Brock did not give a shit about them. Gets into the ring. Brock pushes Ali off. Ali's mouth ends up getting busted open from the spot. He's down on the floor bleeding. And Brock Lesnar climbs to the top laughing and reaches the top, grabs the briefcase. So Brock Lesnar is Mr. Money in the Bank. So let's see what we got people saying here. So we have Balor was the MVP, Corbin's chokeslams. Ryan says that Brock winning was the right call. Balor and Mr. One and Only took a damn beating. Jamar says that Rollins and Styles was match of the night. Jamar, I agree. This match got a B+ for me. Tim Knowles says yes to Brock. Erick says, if Ali, I would have finished grabbing the damn briefcase to get it over with. PR Nightmare has a sad face. Sad emoji. Connor puts bullshit in the chat. Think about it. Most briefcase holders lose it until they cash in. That's a good point to keep him strong. Why he hesitated was beyond me. They always do that stuff, though, Eric. Like, why are people reaching for the briefcase and you're not really near it? You can argue minor points like that the entire way. Bork laser strikes again. You don't have that since Brock won't be there week to week. DP says that the point I feel was last minute writing. Tom says that it's what Vince thinks would help out the ratings and maybe Fox demands him. Touche. Shane is the MVP, Jesus says. Seth Rollins was an A-. I agree. That's what I gave it. Or maybe Mick is revealing the blood money title. Shane might be the WWE champion. Connor says, sorry, I am trying to keep it clean. WWE is back on track. We'll see, man. I don't know if they're back on track. I wouldn't say that quite yet. If we get a part-time champion again, screw this. Full AEW fan from here on out if that happens. Ryan says that, or Vince could be too focused on the XFL. Ryan brings up a good point. Is Vince too focused on the XFL? Jesus says, anybody going to watch this Becky 24/7? I'm going to have to catch it at another time. I'm behind on Table for 3 and everything else on the network, Jesus. King says, casual fans happy Brock beats a midget. Come on, King. Come on now. Leave my man Ali alone. So, folks, some people are happy about it. Some people aren't. I kind of see both sides of it because I am tired of Brock Lesnar not being around. We need someone who's going to be around and actually do some stuff. But at the same token, we need a fighting champion. I've been happy with what Rollins has been doing. He put on a great match. This goes more into the story too. Now Seth's being hunted by Brock. And Brock with the briefcase is definitely a dangerous move because when you hear Brock Lesnar's music, you get excited. Something could happen. Live chat. Let's talk about the overall grade for Money in the Bank before we get ready to get up out of here, shall we? If you guys haven't, like I said, like that video, subscribe to the channel. Your name will pop up somewhere on here. I don't remember where I put it, but your name will pop up. If you guys are enjoying the content, you like talking with wrestling fans, please feel free to join these guys. These are some of the smartest wrestling fans I know. I know Ryan R-Dub came in here and he had some really good things to say. Same with Tim Knoll, Jamar. We had a lot of new people in here talking good stuff, so I appreciate you guys for coming in here. I would love to have you in here tomorrow when we do our Raw review as well. Let's get into it, though. What is the overall letter grade that you guys would give this show? Is it a D+, F-, A+, B-, whatever you guys think? Let me know. Let's put them in the chat. For me, I went with the C+. There were a lot of duds on here, stuff that you could have gotten more, but at the same time, you could have done, I don't know. You had some good stuff on here, too. You had some A's to balance stuff out. I went C+ for the grade. Let's see. Jesus says B. Steve says C-. PR Nightmare says C. C-. Ryan says it's a B. Bryant. I like it. The F you, dude. Guess what, buddy? Guess what? We're going to put you in a timeout there for that, bud. Yeah, it's called timeout, my friend. Hey, you know what? Let's remove him too. See you, Bryant. I don't appreciate you. Mute yourself, bud. Thanks. Jesus says 8 out of 10. DP says C. Yol says Z. Highs, AJ and Rollins. Brock winning, Kofi and Owens. C-. Women matches were both solid. Heavyweight title matches got an A-. End of the show. Gets a F++, C- for me. Good ladder matches. It's hard, though, because, hey, Original Biggie, I definitely said that the counter to the curb stomp should definitely be put in. That was really dope for WWE Games 2K20. Relax, amigo. Honorable mention, Jesus or whoever is a mod in the chat, you can kick him if he comes in again. I'm not really worried about him anyway. He can say whatever he wants. You, sir, you are an A+. Yo, you're funny, man. Lowe's, Bayley winning Money in the Bank and SmackDown title, Rey winning U.S. title. I mean, I didn't mind either of those, though. I was cool with it. The Lars Sullivan thing I didn't like. I'm with you on that. How about the Cruiserweight title being on the main show? I thought that was a good thing, Ryan. I agree with that. I was happy to see it, but I feel like 205 Live doesn't have anybody we're interested in at this point. Tony Nese is probably the most interesting thing. They need to rebuild that brand, though, and have people you care about, because they took Buddy Murphy and Cedric Alexander and Ali. Those were the three people that were like the best on there to me. But with that being said, guys, I appreciate you. If you like the video, subscribe, guys. It helps out tremendous. I've said that a million times in this video. I don't care. I'm trying to reach that goal of 500. Trying to get as many people as we can to subscribe to the channel before Double or Nothing, SummerSlam, whatever this goal is going to keep changing to. It doesn't matter. I like talking wrestling with you guys. When it happens, it happens. Let's talk about what else I have going on this week real quick. Wednesday, I will record my preview predictions for AEW Double or Nothing. I just want to make sure all the matches are finalized. I know everything about the Pac, Hangman Page. If you guys noticed, that was with Wrestle Thoughts. They are part of Brainbuster Radio. And starting today on Brainbuster Radio, it's All Elite Brainbuster Radio Week. We are talking AEW in all of our radio programs or podcasts. And it's going to be tremendous. There's going to be just something AEW involving. And on Saturday, I'm going to have a roundtable with several people from the community, including Foul and several others. And we're going to just be talking about All Elite Wrestling. And we're going to just talk about everything before the big show happening that day. So make sure you guys tune in and check that out. All the links are in my link tree in the description box. Let's give a shout out to everybody who was in here. I'm going to be in here for a minute giving the shout outs. If I missed your name, I apologize, because you guys have talked so much in here that I can't get back to the top of the chat right now. PR Nightmare, shout out to you. My man King was in here giving heavy opinions tonight. Original Biggie, make sure you check out his YouTube channel as well. Does a lot of stuff with video games, WWE, Madden, Red Dead Redemption. He's always good for that. My man Steve came in here to check me out. Steve, I've known Steve for a long time. Always appreciate him. One of my good friends from back in the day. So, Steve, shout out to you. Rob was in here. Brandon McKee, thank you so much for joining us. Jamar, thank you. DP always dropping that knowledge in here. DP had a really good thought of Bayley being the first ever women's Grand Slam champion. So, give him props for that, my man. Who else did we have up in here? We had Connor, Kevin Carroll from Brainbuster Radio. Check out Wrestling Reverb on Fridays on Brainbuster Radio. Those guys are always good to listen to. Jesus De Leon, one of my top supporters. Thank you so much for being a mod and helping me out in here, Jesus. Sports Talk Network, my friend Steve, another channel talking sports. Big Green Bay Packers fan. We talk football sometimes, basketball, whatever is happening in sports and wrestling. Always a good person to check out. KC Classic 7 does a lot of video game stuff, and he's my brother, so make sure you check out my brother Cam, KC Classic 7. Connor knows wrestling. He's got a podcast. Did a drop for him. Thank you so much. Did I miss anyone else? Eric Brennan, thank you for coming in here. Eric, fellow Buffalonian, I appreciate you, brother, for coming in here. Always chanting EPW. Tim Knoll dropped some great knowledge tonight as well. Yoel Weiss, you did really good. RTV Kings, thank you. You were in here doing some good stuff as well, dropping that knowledge about the pay-per-view and giving your opinions, which I agreed with a lot of them. We had some good stuff, guys. I don't want to keep everybody up too late. Let's see what else. It's either a work or a legit visa issue. That should have been stuff taken care of, though, Rob. I don't understand how something like that could happen for that long. I'd hope Pac wouldn't be that much of a... Well, it's not up to Pac, though. Pac promised Dragon Gate that he would be a strong champion. Pac has not lost since he lost to Enzo Amore. For the record. Cheap pop for everybody. Nelson, I will end you. Come on, let's keep it peaceful, peeps. We're getting some EPW chants. Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me. Always catch up soon. Guys, we will be back tomorrow night with Monday Night Raw. So like I said, if you enjoyed this content, subscribe to the channel. Everything Pro Wrestling. This show is by the fans, for the fans. And we're out, guys. Thank you so much for joining me for Money in the Bank. And we will be back tomorrow with Monday Night Raw. Wednesday, preview and predictions for AEW Double or Nothing. And then on Brainbuster Radio on Saturday morning, you guys can listen to us talk about a quick roundtable before Double or Nothing. We're out, guys. Peace. Right, thank you in the chat. All right, you guys are the best. And yeah, and screw that guy who was being a douche nugget in the chat before. Peace.